Good morning, accountability crew. This is the Accountability Project, where we condense the pain of personal growth. So, in our book reading this morning, The Science of Success, we talked about fear again, and another strategy to help kind of put fear in perspective was to simply ask the question, what exactly am I actually afraid of? And by doing that, it allows us to break things down a little bit. He talks about how, instead of being fearful of getting sick, be in amazement at the human body and our ability to protect and regrow and fix itself. Instead of being worried about old age, be excited about going into your golden years with greater wisdom and that phase of life. And when it comes to success or dealing with people or whatever it is that you're afraid of, ask yourself, am I actually afraid of something that is real? Or am I afraid of a shadow? And is that shadow casting fear? Is the fear of the what if, what I'm afraid of, instead of something that's actually legitimate and real and right in front of me that I can deal with. And the reality of it is, even if it's right in front of you, taking action towards your fear is ultimately how you're going to overcome that fear. And I believe that success in every area is on the other side of resistance. And a lot of time that resistance is fear. So your resistance may be fear-based. Your resistance to dieting may be the fear that you'll never enjoy food again. Maybe your resistance to dieting is your fear that you'll be a social pariah because your diet doesn't fit what most eating out looks like. Maybe your fear is in meeting strangers. Your fear of getting to know new people, or fear of trusting new people because you've been hurt in the past. And so those fears drive our actions, or dial that back, they may prevent our actions towards growth. And that is definitely not what we want. We want to condense the pain of personal growth. Now, this morning, picked up a book, said, hey, since we finished the Marshmallow book, I'm going to read this book. I haven't read it in a while. It was on my bookshelf. And I used to do something I think because of this morning, I'm actually going to go back to it, is when I finish a book, I would date the inside cover. And so when I picked up this book, I saw the date, and that means that tomorrow will be exactly 10 years since I read this book. I may have read it again since then. I can't remember, but a few years ago, I kind of stopped writing in the books when I finished them, but I think I'm going to pick it back up because it was cool to pick up the book and see inside the front cover that it's been 10 years since I've read this book. So maybe I'll get more out of it now than I did then, but we'll find out. So this book, I started with just what this book can do for you. And the reason I like starting with the prefaces of books is because it helps kind of frame the way the book is going to go. Helps us give a bit of an understanding of the framework and why a book is set up the way it is. And this book in particular is set up to give us a better understanding of human nature and how things actually are, how people actually respond, instead of theories on how things should be. A lot of social or psychological principles or statements are all based around what someone thinks people should do, or based on what people should want, or the way people should act. And the thing I like about this is that it talks about human nature and the way people actually act. And so I'm fired up to get into this book. And it talks about not using gimmicks, but really understanding human nature. So with that, enjoy the rest of your day, condense the pain, and this is the Accountability Project.